Welcome to SearchHub. My name is Jonathan Ross. In this video, we'll cover the different types of redirects that we offer. Imagine a customer enters a keyword into search, and you redirect them to a specific product, a piece of content, or a bespoke landing page as a result. This behavior is a redirect. So let's begin with a real-world scenario to illustrate just how this type of behavior would be set up within SearchHub. Navigate over to the Query Cluster section of the menu. Click on a cluster you'd like to redirect to. I'll use sofa. And click on the label Search Term at the top of the UI to the left of the text entry field. Select Redirect. Now, the hint text in the text entry field changes to Add Redirect to Cluster Sofa. And at this point, you might be asking yourself, what kind of URL? Let's assume I want to redirect all people searching for sofas to my top-level sofas and couches category page. I simply need to navigate to that page, copy the URL, and paste it here as the redirect action. It's that simple. Click on the plus button to confirm, and now your redirect appears at the top of the sofa cluster. All search traffic for this cluster will redirect to the specified landing page. In the case of the sofa cluster, that's over 100 unique variants that will act as triggers for this redirect as of today. And that's the cool thing about this. SearchHub's performance KPIs never stop working in the background to complete the long tail of the sofa cluster. This means you get the benefit of always merchandising to all variants without having to proactively manage a list. And more traffic to your curated landing pages means a higher likelihood of conversion. What about editing a redirect I've already set up? Well, in the Query Cluster section of the menu, we're going to look to the right of the redirect that we just created. You'll see three symbols: the trash to delete the redirect, the checkbox to enable or disable the redirect, and three horizontal dots. Clicking on these will take you to the Query Redirect menu, where you can see all redirects and edit them in detail. For example, it's possible to add multiple URLs to the same query, but only enable one of them. So that's the first type of redirect, where we take the traffic from a popular query cluster and redirect it to a more curated landing page. But what about those semantic searches? Search phrases like a small sofa, a cheap t-shirt, or budget trips. Let's stay with the example small sofa and look at how it plays out within the SearchHub interface. Go to the page in question and click on the category sofas and couches. Now I'll grab the width filter and dial it down to 180 centimeters. That's enough to seat two people comfortably. At least, I think so. Now, I'm going to copy the URL. I'll need that in just a minute. Click on your SearchHub interface tab and navigate to the Query Cluster menu. This time, I'll use the SearchHub internal search to capture semantic phrases for small. And because we're in a German shop, I'll also have to translate that to klein for the German word small. So I'm now going to search for sofa klein. And we can use the merge clusters function to bring in all related clusters and variants as well. Now, once we've done that, we can go a step further and use SearchHub's fingerprint function to identify any variations that we might have missed. We'll go ahead and do that now. Click on Save in the upper right. Now, all curated clusters and their variations are found under the sofa klein cluster. It's time for that URL that we copied a few moments ago. Click on the drop-down menu and make sure it's set to redirect. Paste the URL we copied a moment ago into the box and bam, we're done. In just a couple seconds, we diverted all traffic for the sofa klein long tail to a bespoke landing page. That's pretty darn cool. Let's move on to the third method of configuring a redirect. Imagine visitors to your site come searching for a promotion code, payment terms, or other CMS content. They type in what they're looking for and land on a page with just one result if it's an article number, or a no results page if they search for CMS content not in your product database. For the sake of this example, I'm going to use an article number. So a visitor would conceivably have to click on the product image to arrive at the product detail page. But what if you could reduce the number of clicks, which also reduces the load to your servers, and immediately redirect the customer to the requested product details page, the page where you have the greatest merchandising power? Well, SearchHub lets you do just that. This time, I want you to navigate directly to the Query Redirect section of the menu. Go to the top and click on Create New Redirect. You'll see the button at the top of the window with the slider set to Exact. This function determines which conditions trigger a redirect. You should set most search queries to similar. However, for this example, I'm going to stick with Exact. We'll take a unique article number and paste it into the form as the query. Doing this also creates a cluster in the SearchHub database for this article number. You don't have to add anything to your product or your search database to inform us of the change. It just works. And for a URL, we'll paste in the product detail page of the oven in question. Go directly to the details site, copy the URL, and now we'll paste it here. Click on Save. And now all traffic for that exact article number goes immediately to the product detail page. Without the redirect, a customer would see this page. This result means you've failed to capture the customer's intent and merchandise accordingly. The SearchHub redirect, on the other hand, lets you optimize the customer search experience. You'll notice the symbol to the left of the redirect URL, a one-to-one connection. One exact query will trigger the redirect. This is different to the query cluster example for Sofa Klein, where we see a many-to-one symbol illustrating the fuzzy or similar relationship between trigger query and URL. Go to Deployment, click the button at the bottom of the page for your tenant to push the changes live. Wrapping up. This video taught you how to set up 3 types of redirects. First, a query cluster redirect, where you want to divert all traffic for a given cluster to a specific landing page. Second, curated semantic search redirects, to fill in that gap your site search is simply unable to, and capture customer intent from a phrase like sofa small and send them directly to a curated landing page. And finally, exact redirects, used for things like product IDs, promotion codes, and the like. In closing, because SearchHub is independent of your site search technology, you're flexible to take the logic you build with us to any other site search vendor you plan on migrating to in the future. Thank you for using SearchHub, making search understand humans.